One of the biggest reasons why people fail their goals is because of self-doubt. When you overanalyze things, you start to doubt yourself, and your conviction goes down. Everything seems more blurred, and what seemed like a good idea is now something full of flaws. This is how people get stuck and fail their goals. I know how bad it feels when you start overthinking and start doubting yourself, so this video will go over why you might doubt yourself and how to overcome self-doubt. There are multiple reasons why you might doubt yourself. Here are 4 reasons why you might not believe in yourself. 1. You're comparing yourself to other people too often. We can't really stop ourselves from comparing ourselves with other people, but you can't let other people determine how you live your life. When you see other people succeeding, you might start questioning whether you can do the same thing if you're following a similar path to them. I've seen this happen to a lot of people, especially if they feel as if that person they're comparing themselves to is more capable than them. As for the other side of the coin, if your dream isn't the same as theirs, like say you're following a less conventional path, you might doubt yourself because you don't know if you can achieve your dream. The people you're comparing yourself to have been successful following a conventional path, while you still might not have accomplished as much. This can really get you down, so you need to set your own milestones and start working towards them. 2. You're your own worst critic. Self-criticism is good and all, but when you are too harsh on yourself, it's really hard to get started on your goals. When you first start out, you can't judge a beginner with the standards of a pro. You need to stop expecting perfection and embrace learning on the fly. Most people start with not knowing much and learn on the fly. You learn a lot more through experience than theory after all. 3. You are overthinking too much and allowing logic to drive all your decisions. Thinking with logic is important and useful in a lot of situations, but there are situations where thinking with logic hurts you. Let's say one of your goals is to start a YouTube channel. If you were to think logically, you can conclude that it's not a good idea, since the odds of making it big are quite low because there are millions of channels out there and most of them don't even make it to 10k subs. Once you reach that conclusion, you won't even start your goal. You need to be comfortable with uncertainty and be open to taking risks. Life wouldn't be any fun if you just followed logic all the time and didn't take any risks. 4. You're afraid of failure. You can envision the life you dreamed about and know the steps you need to take to get there, but you are afraid of failing. Failing sucks, and you don't want to waste your time working towards something only to fail. A fear of failure makes people doubt themselves and believe they can't be successful. If you want to learn how to overcome a fear of failure, I linked the video I made about it in the card above, and I'll link the video on the end screen as well. In order to overcome self-doubt, you need to build some self-confidence. Taking action is the best way to build self-confidence. This might sound like a contradiction, since you can't really take action when you doubt yourself, but there are some tricks that you can use to take action. The 5-second rule in particular is very effective to get you to take action. The 5-second rule is simple and is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of overthinking and not doing anything, count to 5 and then make a decision and take action. The reason why taking action is effective is because when you're doing stuff, you stop overthinking. When you're focused on your work, you're only focused on the task at hand, and you stop thinking about all those other things. You want to practice being decisive and take action based on your decisions as much as possible to build up your self-confidence. Once you build up enough self-confidence, you can slowly erase your doubt. While taking action as much as possible is effective in boosting your confidence, you also need to change your mindset for the best results. Here are the 3 changes you need to make to your mindset to overcome doubt. 1. Stop worrying about plan B. In order to be successful, you need to focus all your energy in one direction. When you're working on multiple projects at the same time, it's really hard to get the results you want. When your efforts are split up on multiple things, you can't get that much progress on each thing. If you can just focus on one thing at a time, you can get the results you want at a fast pace. The worst part about having a plan B is that you might get all wishy-washy with your commitment and not know which project to focus on. That'll make you indecisive and not take any action at all. Just think about focusing on one thing and only come up with a plan B if you need to. 2. Accept that progress is not linear. If you ever worked out before, you probably know what I'm talking about. When you first start working out, you can easily increase the amount you lift every week. You reach a new high every week, and it feels amazing until you finally stop making progress. You can't increase the amount you lift, and it feels frustrating. You have hit a plateau, and you need to make adjustments to your program to overcome it. No matter what your goal is, you're going to hit a wall at some point in time. In fact, hitting that wall is a good thing, since it means you are on the right track. If you aren't facing any resistance, that means you're not pushing yourself hard enough. 3. Embrace a learning mindset and be okay with messing up. As mentioned before, no one starts off as a pro. You need to embrace a learning mindset to be able to learn effectively on the fly. There's nothing wrong with not being the best when you first start. Stop looking at mistakes as something that should be avoided at all costs. Every mistake is a chance to learn what went wrong and figure out the best way to get the results you want. Whether you reach your goals or not is up to you. If you can overcome self-doubt, you're in a good position to achieve your goals and get the results you want. Do you have some goals you are working on right now? Leave a comment below and check out the video shown on the end screen if you want to learn about how to overcome a fear of failure.